My students and I are invited to present at conferences hosted by the Asia Society for the past few years. This is a conference for educators and school leaders from across the country. Participants arrive and are seated at drums. A gentleman asked, "Does this have any carryover into other academic areas?" A colleague of mine, a math teacher who was participating, asked if he could answer the question. He said he sees these students as peer facilitators in his math class. They are encouraging to other students. They are excellent in collaborative situations, and they are always willing and ready to participate in every discussion. We get a lot of compliments at these workshops, but the comments from my own colleague was such an amazing validation. I felt so proud that day, and it was that validation that fuels my advocacy efforts. We need music education in the world. It does wonderful things for children. And what I've started to do is to write academic papers for global education conferences in an effort to spread the word about non-traditional music programs and how they are benefiting students in academic participation and as a way of providing effective and valuable character education. That is so essential in our society. I have approached my island colleagues about instilling a sense of community responsibility by creating a benefit concert series. If Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, and George Harrison can do it, so can we. The innovative methods I use come out of the drum circle. The drum circle is a criticism-free zone, which sets up an environment where students feel safe. Coming out of the drum circle, I see students flourishing musically. They are able to talk with each other about form, communicate rhythmically and melodically, and they can improvise. The greatest thing about that is that these skills carry over into other academic areas. Students are better communicators, problem solvers, and they collaborate with others so well. Teachers are telling me how great it is. I'm training students to excel at the skills they will need in their careers. Because of their musical training and study at our school, they have a heightened appreciation, even love, of music and what it adds to their lives. I teach at a public international studies high school. Drums are associated with every civilization, so we built our music program around international drums, rhythms, and melodies. The challenge of a program like this falls in my own preparation for teaching and expanding my own knowledge of melodies, rhythms, and instruments from cultures around the world. I am a classically trained guitarist, learning along with my students from professional teaching artists. This is great for my students because they get to work with professionals in the industry. It's a challenge for me because I have to learn the content required for me to not only learn the day's lesson, but I have to understand it enough from the artist to create lessons to sustain our musical and cultural exploration over the next several weeks until they return again. This is a challenge because I'm not a percussionist professionally. I absolutely love exploring music this way, learning to break it down and create lessons that make the music and the cultures speak to the students in a way that makes them take ownership for their own learning. Challenging myself professionally helps me refine my craft.